Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to another episode. Today, I want to deconstruct one of the biggest illusions of modern relationships: the idea that female presence is a moralizing factor in a man's life. Let's reflect on this together. There's a deeply rooted cultural view that the single man is a failure. If he doesn't have a partner, something is wrong with him. He's immature, selfish, unreliable. This narrative is still upheld by society and, worse, accepted by many men who don't realize how harmful it is. Since the days of the first forums and meme blogs, male loneliness has been romanticized as something pathetic. Remember Forever Alone? That was already a harbinger of the deprecating view of the man who is alone. Today, in times of social media, this pressure has only increased. Many men have come to see relationships as a certificate of personal worth, and so we see the repetition of the idea. If even so-and-so has a girlfriend, why don't you? This becomes a meme, a topic for coaches, and fuel for anxiety. The problem is that this logic feeds an even bigger lie: that women choose partners based on morality, kindness, goodness. This is a farce. If it were true, we wouldn't see criminals, abusers, and problematic figures being idolized and courted. In practice, the female selection criterion rarely involves virtue. Attraction isn't rational. Drug dealers, delinquents, and even murderers receive attention, affection, and even marriage proposals. This shows that female desire isn't linked to goodness, but to other factors: power, emotion, danger. Men who believe they are chosen for being good people are living a dangerous illusion. And this illusion has consequences. It generates frustration, low self-esteem, disillusionment with love. And worse, many of these men continue to reinforce the very culture that harms them. Women, unlike men, have group consciousness. They understand that the term women represents each one of them. Men, however, think that when men are spoken of, the problem is with others. This causes many to continue feeding their own oppression. This absence of collective male consciousness makes men easy prey. They become defenders of values that don't benefit them. They defend the idea that a partner is a sign of personal evolution, when, in reality, this only makes them dependent on external approval. At the same time, the cultural pressure that existed on women to marry young, maintain virginity, or form a family has practically disappeared. The pejorative labels have been abandoned, but for men they remain firm: single, immature, don't want to marry, selfish, doesn't share income, stingy. This imbalance of demands is part of a broader system that revolves around female interests. It's called gynocentrism, a socio-cultural structure where everything is oriented to serve women, and men merely support this arrangement with their work and sacrifice. Men themselves validate this system when they continue to act as unconditional providers, even without receiving reciprocity. Chivalry, kindness, and emotional effort without return are the norm for many. It's necessary to break this cycle. It starts by rejecting the idea that a relationship is a kind of existential validation. Having a girlfriend doesn't make you better. Not having one doesn't make you worse. A woman isn't a prize for good conduct. When a man begins to see himself as solely responsible for his own worth, he stops depending on female approval. He stops competing for attention and starts acting in his own interest. This change in mindset doesn't require collective movements, marches, or revolutions. It happens silently, individually. Every man who decides not to live under this logic contributes to weakening the system that exploits him. Simple attitudes like ceasing to romanticize women, stopping overestimating them, or simply not acting as an emotional servant are already powerful. And it's not about hating the opposite sex. It's about preserving oneself. Many groups that emerged to defend men's rights failed precisely because they allowed the infiltration of female interests. Men began to attack each other to please women present in those spaces. This is a symptom of a lack of solid masculine identity. Exclusively male spaces are important for this reconstruction to happen. But even that is difficult. because all it takes is one woman, or even a fake profile, to completely divert the focus of the conversation. Men need to recognize that they are not obligated to support structures that do not benefit them. If feminism is funded by taxes, and most taxes come from male labor, then the man who awakens and stops supporting this is already doing a lot. And no, it's not about sex war. It's about waking up to the fact that the dominant culture is hostile to the traditional man. The old model of the protective husband and father has been discarded, but the demands on men remain the same. Therefore, gentlemen, the message is simple. Stop believing that a woman will save you, improve you, or make you a better man. This thought doesn't help you. It traps you. Be autonomous. Think for yourself. And above all, live for yourself. Thank you very much for watching. May wisdom and consciousness always be with you. See you in the next video.